Hi, and welcome to the Switch Show. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2024. If anybody has told you Happy New Year before this, it doesn't count. This is the one that counts. So Happy New Year from all of us at the Switch Show, which is only me at the moment. We want to say Happy New Year. We hope that this new year brings joy, peace, and you find the love of God in everything and everywhere that you go to. And we pray and we hope that you stick with us throughout the new year, because we have a ton of content coming your way. And hopefully we talked about this quite a number last year. We hope that we can have guests so that we can have more compelling stories, riveting discussions, and ultimately stick with the theme of debunking myths, stopping false dogmas while being relatable. So yeah, welcome back to the Switch. If this is your first time listening to us, hi, thank you for coming around. My name is Malise Chinoye Owanfo, or just simply Malise Chinoye. I'm the host of the Switch Show, and I've been running this for a couple years now, which is a lot, and I'm really grateful that you've come to spend some time with us. So you've probably seen the title and you're wondering, makeups, breakups, and startups. First of all, there's no tea. In case you're wondering if I'm about to spill some tea because you saw breakups, no, we're not talking about breakfast here. The essence of that name scheme was because I found it thrilling to have ups and ups. I don't know if you get sure, but yeah, I found it exciting to have a name scheme like that. Anyway, makeup, breakups, and startups. This is a new year, and every new year comes with its fair share of commitments, promises, aspirations and dreams, mantras and anthems, and a whole lot more. Question is, what makes a new year new? I know a lot of people are asking this question because you went to church on the 31st of December, and a lot of pastors all over the world, across multiple channels and in multiple buildings, said words of prayer, declared some prophetic words over your life, said a couple things, and you raised your hands to heaven and shouted, I receive. This is my year. This is my year. And if you're anything like maybe me and a couple others that are out there, you've decided that you want to take up daily affirmations and look in the mirror or look at your phone's camera and say, I am the best. I am made for more. I am consistent. Yeah. All those things are beautiful. It's good to romanticize the whole thing. But what makes a new year new? Yeah? What makes a new year new? A lot of people did daily affirmations. I've been doing daily affirmations for a couple years now, and nothing has changed. And they'll still go with all hopes. I'm the best. I am consistent. Yes. Now, this is not to take away from what daily confessions or affirmations can do for you, because they set you up for success. Now, once they've set you up, you need to take the next step. So, I'm going to read a verse of scripture, Ecclesiastes chapter 1, and I'm going to read 5 verses, which is from verse 5 to verse 9 from the New King James Version. It says, the sun also rises and the sun goes down and hastens to the place where it arose and hastens to the place where it arose. Verse 6, the wind goes towards the south and turns around to the north. The wind whirls about continually and comes again on its circuit. 7, all the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. To the place from which the rivers come, there they return again. 8, all things are full of labor. Man cannot express it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear is filled with hearing. Verse 9, that which has been is what will be. That which is done is what will be done, and there is nothing new under the sun. You see, Solomon is beautiful. He's a beautiful writer. See the rhyme scheme. That which has been that which has been is what will be. That which is done is what will be done. There is nothing new under the sun. We've got to give him his flowers. It's an amazing writer. But anyway, take away the poetic everything I just did now. It's what he was trying to simply say. You know, if you look at the story of Solomon's story is admirable. It's an admirable thing, and is also one of regret. Let me put it that way. Imagine a man offering a humongous sacrifice to God, and God comes to you just like you think back to Genesis when God says, when the Bible said God came in the cool of the evening to fellowship with man. So let's say God came in the cool of the evening to meet Solomon and said, "What do you want, my guy?" And Solomon says, "I have wealth, I have all these things, I just want wisdom. I want to be able to rule your people." And then that wisdom was given to him. But over time, he got so loathsome, and he there's a verse of scripture that say there's a translation that puts it that he affronted God. I don't know what the word means, pardon me, but from the context, you know that he took God's place in his life, and then started to rule by his own wisdom, which was human wisdom. And he mentioned a lot of it in the book of Ecclesiastes, which to me sometimes I think about it that Solomon was just writing about all of his regrets. And it's still in the same book where it says, "Forget not the Lord in the days of your youth," you know. So a couple things to take out of what I just read is that the sun rises, and he said it goes back to where it came from. You know, a lot when we were younger, said the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, and now we know better that the sun does not rise nor does it set. It is because of the earth's movement that we see sunrise and sunset. Yeah, so wherever we saw the sun is the same place we still see the sun tomorrow. And he said the wind whirls around continually and comes back. The eyes are not tired of seeing. Have you ever wondered? Have you ever just wondered why can't I stop myself from seeing? So I don't want to go into a whole exposition of it. What he's saying basically is that whatever you think is new that you want to do, someone else has already done it. So where that rhyme scheme was that whatever will be, the amplified version puts it out, whatever will be, whatever let me not paraphrase. That which has been is what will be again. That which is done is what will be done again. That's the way the amplified version puts it, so that you understand that he's not just saying what you must do quick, that kind of thing, but he's saying what you're about to do is something that is being done again. Means someone has already done it in the past. Could be 2 months back, it could be. So a lot of people might beg to differ and be like, "Oh nah, that's not possible." There are a lot of advancements, you know, when it comes to like science and tech that wasn't possible back then. No, the sheer passion and desire for scientific exploration is not new. It started a long time ago. It's just that there are now more avenues to express. There are now more avenues of expression. Yeah, so every good thing and every bad thing that you think is different from what they did in the past, it's only different because there are now more avenues for expression. Yeah, so I wrote down in my note, change, even though constant, can produce similar outcomes if the same system is used. I talked about this before, and I made reference to a book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, and he talked about goal setting and how the systems you have in place affect your goal setting. So you can have the same goals for the next 5 years and have none of them checked off. You have none of them accomplished because you have the same systems. And I wrote here that it's like passing filtered water through rusty lead pipes. I don't know if there was a time on the news. Yeah, I listened to the news for, I feel like Gen Z. I'm Gen Z actually, but I don't want to think about it. I feel like the younger generation wasn't really invested in the news. Sometimes I'm not saying you should start looking at the news. The news can be horrific, and sometimes the news is it's just, it's just the news. But anyway, a couple years back, I was listening to the news and I saw this community, not in Nigeria anyway. This community were having water issues, and the state had tried to, check the reservoir and everything, dump out the reservoir and put fresh water in. But then they found out that it wasn't about the reservoir, it was about the pipes that were transporting water into each home or each house. These pipes were lead pipes, and over time they have become corroded and they oxidized. Water and air, they oxidized, and now they're rusty. So even when filtered water was put in the reservoir, when these people turn on their faucets, when they turn on their taps, they will still get brown, coke looking water. Yeah, so that is the whole idea behind why systems, even though you say, oh, I've changed my approach or I've changed my goals, let me put it that way, I've changed my goals. If you have the same system, you see the same outcomes. That is why New Year resolutions are like a farce. New Year resolutions are like I'm lost for words, but New Year resolutions are like wrong. People don't see New Year resolutions as effective anymore, and that is completely wrong, and that is also not completely wrong. That is why New Year resolutions, like I said, it's not completely wrong, but at the same time you could say it's wrong. Yeah, so there are a lot of people that have New Year resolutions. There are a lot of people that make New Year resolutions each and every single year of their lives, and it has worked out for them. And then there is the completely parallel opposite, and you're wondering why it is more apparent that New Year resolutions fail than it is more apparent that they succeed. It is because many times we are very bold and very daring to slap our New Year resolutions in people's faces. This year I'm going to be the best version of myself. This year I'm going to do this. This year I'm going to do that. And you make a whole list, probably even a bucket list of things to accomplish by the end of 2024, say, or the previous year you made a list of things to accomplish in 2023 and you did not accomplish any of them. It's because the systems you had were faulty. You can't keep passing filtered water through rusty pipes. You would end up with the same water each and every single time. So as much as you want to change out your reservoir, as much as you want to put in filtered water, you also need to check your pipes. Make sure that your pipes are not rusty. If your pipes aren't rusty and you're still getting the same water, you check your water. If the water is not brown, the reservoir is clean, the pipes are clean, most likely 99% out of 99% out of 100, you're going to get clean water. Yeah, a few things might be affecting your overall output. I put it as 3 things, and these tie to the makeups, breakups, and startups. The first is the system is broken and needs fixing. Sometimes you don't need to just do away with it. There are fixes, there are repairs you need to make. You've gotten a few steps and you missed out on the final steps. I don't know if any of you did math, or you probably did, but back then they would always tell us to show our workings. And you know how Nigerian math teachers were so particular about workings that it was like if you didn't show your workings, you were a corrupt politician or something, I don't know, but you needed to show your workings. And it was so funny that each and every single person would end up with the same answer, which was the correct answer, but have totally different scores. And you're wondering, how is it possible that we all put down a quadratic equation, showed all of our workings, got the same answer? The answer was 5, and then there are a group of people getting 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Some are not getting 9, some are getting 7, some are getting 2, and there are some that didn't even try at all. They didn't even bother to even put 5 down. They should have at least looked and be like, I don't know the workings, but at least the answer is 5, right? I mean, it's a unanimous decision. Everybody's right. In fact, I might as well write 5. They didn't just want to participate. Don't be like that. Do not be like that. And then everybody's comparing their answers and wondering, what did I get wrong? And then you look at the workings and you saw that here you were meant to cross multiply, here you were meant to collect like terms, here you were meant to divide both sides by 5, or divide both sides by x, or divide both sides by whatever. You know, and if you understand, if you know the pain that you went through solving mathematics, I'm pretty sure you understand. If not, you probably don't understand this analogy, but don't worry, you get it in the end. The system is broken and needs fixing. Yeah, basically. You how do I put this? What is another analogy that would work? It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Let me put it that way. You're trying to fit the wrong piece in. You're trying to fit the wrong piece in the right place. No matter what you do, it will never enter. No matter what you do, then you have to look at the bigger picture and say, oh, I put there's another piece that is missing, so I have to put it this way. You know, it's like now we have Type C chargers. Type C chargers, no matter how your charger is, would always enter the charging port, no matter how you turn it, because it's the same. But when we had Type A's, micro USB, as it was fondly called, BlackBerry chargers, when you had it, if you're not careful how you put it, you're going to spoil your charging ports, and then you'd have to go and fix it again. So it is like that. You need to check your approach, yeah, and know what needs to be fixed. And the second one is the system is broken and needs to be trashed. Like, you don't even need to check anything. You don't need to. It's like a fridge. Let's put it that it's a refrigerator or a freezer. The gas has finished. The I think they call it the compressor. The compressor is bad. In fact, the whole chamber of the refrigerator is not refrigerating again. It's not freezing again. And then you're trying to patch it up. Just throw it away and get a new one. Yeah, yes, please do away with it. Or like a shoe, you know, back then as kids, our parents would want to do away with one of our favorite shoes because it was that bad, but would keep on going to the cobbler to repair it. Go every time, we'll be going to them to fix it. Sew it here, patch it here, put glue or gum, put it, and each time it keeps on saying hi to us and our tools are out in the wind. Throw it away. Throw away the system. And next one is, you need a brand new system. Don't just think about it. System is broken, needs to be fixed. You cannot fix it. It's damaged beyond repair. Throw it away, get a new system. And getting a new system is what entails or what ensures that whatever goals you've set can be achievable. And then I'm going to talk about the red line. I said the red line is the threshold to which certain things can go uninterruptedly. And the reason I'm going to talk about the red line is, when you set goals, we're humans, and humans are bound to experience some form of lethargy, some form of laziness, some form of lack of energy, some form of unmotivation. You get the gist. So you can't allow yourself slump or go into, in quotes, hibernation. You can't allow yourself give up too easily. You can't allow yourself to quit. So there is a red line. The red line is more or less like something that wants you. It's like, if you've watched any spy movie, these lasers, these motion sensor lasers that are triggered by motion. So if you swing your leg or a toe or even as little as a hair strand across it, it triggers an alarm. Yeah, so that red line, it's not literal, it's more a mental thing. and you can have, it could actually be literal, a physical system, but not a literal red light. It could be a person that keeps you accountable. It could be your phone settings, how you have restrictions. I would be on Instagram for 10 minutes, and immediately the 10 minutes are up, your phone locks Instagram till the next day. Yeah, that type of, that exactly that kind of thing. So it's a threshold to which things can go unannounced. You not wanting to pray, there should be. And now for things like devotion, for things like personal devotion, the red line is very, very low. So you don't have to go a year before you hit the red line and you're like, oh, I've not prayed for 1 year. Now if you go so much as a day, 2 days without praying, you'll be triggered that no, something is off. An alarm should ring up mentally. There should be someone to call you up and say, yo bro, what's good? Yo sis, what's good? So have that red line. Mentally, I would also advise that it should be physical. Have somebody to keep you accountable, and make sure that you're also keeping that person accountable. Don't just pick a rando, someone that that is not as motivated as you, because I tell you, fire can't blend with water. No matter what Disney's Elementals told you, no matter what it told you, fire and water cannot coexist. If water and fire play too much, the fire would either evaporate the water or the water will quench the fire. Disney's Elementals was telling you something else. Please don't mind them trying to come up with it. That's fairy tale, but this is reality. Fire and water cannot run together. Yeah, a lion and a deer cannot be best friends except by some supernatural intervention. Yes, so you can't be a lion, you can't be a deer and the person you told to keep you motivated is a lion. The person will eat you up with their own hungers or eat you up with their own desires, and then both of you are now, probably he doesn't have anything to feed on, he becomes a carcass, and both of you are walking carcasses. Yeah, it happens. So you have to make sure that you have someone that can keep you accountable as you keep them accountable. It could be more than one person. What's the main gist, Sha? What's the gist? The gist of all of this is that there should be a red line, either physically or mentally, something that keeps you accountable, a system that you put in place. I've been talking about systems. The red line is a system you put in place to ensure that you don't give up easily and you don't let go of the goals you set for yourself after the euphoric feeling of a new year. Yeah? And lastly, this is the analogy I'll use to cap off what systems are like. If you watch football, or as Americans call it, soccer, that's such a lame name. If you watch it and you understand that systems are like formations in football, every now and then you'd have to visit the drawing board and change up the tactics. If I was to reference a couple successful managers in the Premier League, Pep Guardiola, the current coach of Manchester City, as at the time of recording this, he has led his team to 5 trophies in 2023. It's a big feat. Won the Premier League 3 seasons in a row. It's a big accomplishment. But what is it that makes him so successful? It is his formations, his tactics. It is his systems. So he needs to check, okay, if I play Haaland as number 9, I don't need him to come back out of the 18-yard box. So don't worry, you would get this if you watch football. If you don't watch football, you probably not get this. Then give it to someone that watches football so that they can explain to you. If I bring him out of the 18-yard box, he might not get the balls that will be swung in. So I need to keep him in and around 12 yards to the 6-yard box. You know, that type of thing. And they get their goals. They get the win. They are champions of Europe, champions of England, champions of the world, basically. So every now and then you have to check your tactics, check your formation, check, okay, I'm doing this and it is going so well, let me stick with it. I'm doing this but I'm not maximizing as much as I should. I am not maximizing my potential. I am not maximizing the ideas. This idea is only half done. What can I do to make sure that this idea pushes over 100%, or at least to 100%? Then you check it and put in the balance and everything. So yeah, happy new year once again. I hope this year meets you prepared, has met you prepared, and I hope this year spells change and progress for you in life. This is the year where a lot of things are going to happen. The year where a lot of things are going to happen when it comes to assignments, career, your sphere of influence, and ultimately your purpose, which is fulfilling God's will. And God's will is that all men come to know Christ, to love Christ, to have him as their Lord and Savior, and ultimately be with him when the world ends, ultimately. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed listening. Yeah, I'm going to have guests. I'm definitely going to have guests because I feel like I should pick a lot of brains this year. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next episode. Enjoy the rest of your year. Happy New Year once again. Don't forget, flip the switch and illuminate, because the world is desperately waiting for you. I love you. God bless you. Deuces.